for. But in the meantime, we did our succession planning. But what's interesting about that is that I think oftentimes I find people that are really afraid to do a succession plan because it's so final, they think. But with us, because of the way things turned out, it's ever evolving. It's changed. Over this much time, had I not been here, everything is, every day when I get up, if I'm not here tomorrow, I know that everything's taken care of, but it is not the same plan that it was 7 years ago. And, you can adjust. Kurt Barnikoff contacted me then a couple years ago when he was still with Whiffley, and he said, I want you to come and help me talk to ranchers and farmers about succession planning. And he said, I want you to come to Shelby and do a couple presentations to the Ag Conference. Tell your story and tell about what your family did and how you did it. And so I did that, and then we talked about, I've gotten really interested in it. And I guess that from what Kelly has said and Angel has told me, one of your focuses is that, and I think I can share from enough experiences that, I want people to know that it isn't forever. You can just get started and you can always adjust on these plans, but you really need to get started, because clear back to the people in Nebraska and others that I've seen since, it's such a tragic thing when nothing gets done. You just need to get started. And also, the conversation, one of the big drawbacks that we run into that Kurt talked to me about was oftentimes people in our business that are successful are very private, very independent, and, don't care to share, even with their own kids, exactly what their situation is and financially or what they have. And that makes it very difficult for the professionals to help plan. When you go to do this, you have to be everything out in the open with everybody. And for us, that was easy because we started out, and the only thing I remember really clearly is that my dad and my uncle both said, you need to be totally honest with the banker. If it goes bad, it goes bad. You got to tell them. Everything has to be on the table. And we were always in tough enough shape when we started out that we had to be that way. And we learned that for us to lay everything on the table and say, this is where we are when we had a good year or a bad year. It's just business. And we always stayed with the idea that we're a business family. It's not just a family business, we are a business family. And that's how we've always operated. Everything is business. We don't do what we did just because it's the way we always do it. We have to do what we do because it makes us money, or at least loses us less. I don't know sometimes.